Hello, my friends, and welcome back to Sagas of the Sunless Reach, Golden Autumn. I am Zachary Frederickson, your game master, and I am joined by Bitmap.
Yo, it's me, Bitmap.
I am joined by Cory.
Hey folks, Cory over here.
By Jade.
Hi.
And by Mab.
It's me, Mab.
Playing Siegmann held, Fortune Little, Dai Little, and Octavian Errol, the hero of the Golden Autumn. You have just finished patching yourselves up and catching a breather in the fog-shrouded courtyard of Castle Coronant after blasting your way through the no man's land surrounding the keep on a magical clockwork vehicle. You've smashed through the gates. You have defeated the welcoming party, a pack of ghouls who did manage to bite a number of your party, potentially inflicting them with ghoul fever. But we all know the ghoul fever takes a while to set in, and we have more pressing issues, namely exploring the twisting, labyrinthine, ever-shifting halls of Castle Coronant, plumbing your way to the throne room at the center of the castle and slaying the Gilded One, Gabriel the Gold, and bringing hope back to Terrandower once and for all. This is Golden Autumn, and we are back into it. So, you have just finished patching yourselves up. How is everyone doing? You've kind of built a little, built is a strong word, but you've kind of set up a little triage area underneath this statue in the middle of the courtyard that gives you a bit of cover from the further reaches. Outside, you can hear the groaning and shouting of soldiers and various zombies. But the vehicle that allowed you to smash your way through is wedged into the hole in the gate and thankfully has sealed the gate shut with its bulk, meaning that you are more or less, for at least a short time, safe from the outside. Where's everybody at? How's everyone doing?
Siegmann is doing mostly fine, having lost some spells, but has repaired and patched themselves up, and others. What they care most about, though, is how Octavian is doing.
Octavian is a little agitated, especially because it looks like, I believe, every door out of this courtyard leads to the same location, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
So, on the one hand, I feel like we're being toyed with. On the other, at least it's a little straightforward.
Yeah, I think Fortune is doing just fine. No resources used, really. Just mostly a little bit of harm taken, but that's been long since patched over.
Dai's in a similar sort of state, thanks to, I think, a potion and Siegmann's healing, both magical and non. Feeling sort of ready to go, and the fact that we haven't been attacked while sitting here, getting patched up, has them a little in a similar mindset to Octavian. Just is there a game here? Are we at the center of it? Because Dai and Octavian are battle bros. They think in a similar way, at least so far as fighting is concerned. So there is that. The longer we stay here, the more time they have to prepare inside. This was essential. We weren't going to be able to go further without taking this time, but at the same time, really is ready to go.
All right. Do you just sally forth into the unknown?
Yep, I'll take the time to refocus, but then get ready to go.
Yeah, I look to
Before
Octavian.
we move on, Octavian, let me re-sanctify your blade. And, yes, your weapon is re-sanctified with the extra 2d6 Holy Spirit damage to unholy creatures.
How long does that last?
Incredible.
Until I do it again in an hour.
Oh, okay, in an hour. Perfect. Okay.
All right. Well, you head off then into the first of the entrances and hallways. There's not a battle map for this area. It's kind of like an exploration sort of skill challenge more than anything else. Basically, to progress through the shifting halls of Castle Coronon, you need your wits and skills about you. You could use perception to try to like find your way through and notice all of the ways that it's like changing around you and keep yourself canny of it. You could use like survival for much the same way to like track the movements of the halls and make sure that you are not being led in circles using your like a kind of innate understanding of places. There's also like a religion, arcana, or occultism that you could use to like either with your like force of personality or your understanding of strange esoteric magics or even like the deployment of esoteric magics to keep the movement forward. So what does it look like as you all kind of delve into this shifting castle? Who's leading and what skill would you like to use?
Oh, that is, a very good question. Hold on. Well, I mean, like, I can intimidate the walls. Show me where we're going! I mean, my religion is decent, mostly because of being a little bit of the chosen one as it is, but my skills definitely rely more on muscles than brain.
Mm-hmm. So it sounds like it is not Octavian leading the charge.
I've got pretty good eyes. I can take a look about.
Like, I would love to, but he knows this isn't his strong point.
Simple perceiving should get us part of the way, right?
I will support whoever is leading.
I will cover the back of the group. I also have pretty solid perception. So I'm sort of like making sure like walls aren't sealing afterwards, that nobody's coming up behind us. Just sort of making sure that the group can focus on moving forward without worrying what might come up behind us.
Sure. Okay, cool. Then it sounds like, Dai, you're watching the rear, but as far as moving forward, Siegmann, you are helping Fortune.
Indeed, you said that religion is one of the skills.
It is.
I will pray to Lady Moon to guide you.
Wonderful. Give it a roll.
Nice.
42. That's going to be a critical success on an aid. Would not be a critical success to navigate, but it is a critical success to aid.
Well, that's a master skill, so I believe I get a +3?
Yes.
Nice.
I believe so.
All right, let me remember to add that. So I will perceive, and I'm going to add a +3 modifier.
It's all right, my friends. These halls change, much like the waxing and waning of the moon.
Lady Moon's guidance. Here we go.
Are they changing?
I think that's a rough one, huh?
That is a rough one.
Do we have any hero points?
We left her roll a 28.
for the new session, technically we'd all
After
get one.
After a +24, yeah.
You do all get a hero point.
I think I will probably preserve that for more dangerous times.
Okay, cool. All right. In that case, you as you're moving through, you come across a pod of enemies, and we're not rolling like full fights, but I will need everybody to roll. Let's say they're the better of their fortitude or reflex to kind of reflect how well you do in the battle.
Okay.
And the stuff like Juggernaut and Evasion will not help in this case.
Gotcha.
Will not make them crits.
Just the save?
Yeah, just one save.
Octavian rolled a 42 for fortitude.
42 is a success.
Not so bad. 44 for reflex.
44 is a full crit.
Nice.
Back, demons!
That was kind of real bad.
That is a failure. Okay.
Whoa! 47.
God damn.
Okay, so the littles...
I did roll a 19.
I felt powerful with a 42.
You like turn the corner and there's a sudden kind of swirl of mystical like occult energies as a bunch of like clawing spectral hands just start plunging out of the walls at you. Dai, And Fortune, you are able to fully get out without any issues. And you are all going to take, Octavian will have this, and Siegmann will take full damage, but both Littles manage to take no damage.
We take little
this
damage.
This is going to be 33 negative damage. I guess void damage now that we're post-remaster. You manage to, destroy the hands, push past it, but you are a little worse for wear after that. But the exploration continues.
Siegmann, I need you to be conscious of yourself, not just the rest of us.
Of course, my friend. I shall be more careful in the future.
I didn't mean it as an admonishment.
No, you are right. How can I protect you if I am not here?
How rough does Siegmann look?
Get it together, man!
He looks fine.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he's a little worse for wear, but you're not moving into badly injured territory.
I can see, looking at the foundries, injured, but it doesn't give me any more detail than that. But it's a green square that says injured, so presumably not too.
Indeed.
Yeah. All right, yeah. So you keep. So that didn't work. You continue going on.
Let's try this again, shall we? Except with me seeing a little better.
Lady Moon has not forsaken us yet. I aid again.
All right, that's a success on an aid.
Okay, that would be +2. In this case, what was the +B in this one?
If it's not a crit, I believe it's just 1, regardless of how masterful I am.
Unless you have cooperative nature or anything like that,
Gotcha.
Siegmann.
I could have sworn I did, but I don't think I do.
What a shame. Well, that's okay. Let's see if a +25 is enough to get us there, shall we? Here we go. Yeah, I am just gonna re-roll this one, I think.
But
that's a 29.
That's a 29,
which is another failure.
Let's re-roll that, shall we? Fortune Little, seeing the light.
It almost stopped on the 1.
Yeah.
dice.
There we go.
Great for energy because everybody's like, whoosh, wobble.
we fall into a trap. No, 38. Thank goodness.
38 is a success. You continue onward, kind of pushing your way through. Like you come up to a section where it looks like there's a dead end, but you kind of feel at the wall, and it kind of ripples, and you just push through it, and it goes. And it was an illusory wall, and you managed to continue going deeper into the thing that is one success.
All I can think of is that moment in Labyrinth where Sarah walks up and it's that forced perspective and it looks like the wall is solid.
I wasn't gonna say it.
No, you gotta say it. You gotta say it. There's enough of us here for whom...
No, I'm just a worm.
How's other people's other skills? I don't know whether it's worth doing a religion check or an occultism check. I think most of us have untrained improvisation, but some of us are probably going to have more educated guesses than others.
Oh, I don't have untrained improv, so.
I mean, yeah, my religion's only an 18, and that's, I have a fortune-telling lore.
Ironically, fortune-telling lore I could see help working once. Though, funnily enough, Fortune has the lowest perception of all of you.
That's so funny.
I have a 24?
I have a 25.
So we're tied.
A 25 perception.
That's wild. We're tied for perception.
Okay,
then. I'm tied with Octavian.
Let's shift the order around. I'll trade off with Fortune, and I'll move up to aid Siegmann in doing a perception check. So I'll roll to aid him.
Okay.
I have my shield raised as an exploration action.
Of course.
So that is a 39 on my aid check, and I have the feat cooperative nature. I gain a +4 on my aid checks. Does that make that a critical success to aid?
Takes it up to
43.
43?
Mm-hmm.
43 is not a critical success.
Okay, so is it just the +1 to aid then?
Oh, wait, no. 43 on the aid is a critical success.
Sweet, so... And I am an expert in perception, for whatever benefit that gives you.
So that is a +2, I think?
I think so, yeah.
All right. That is added to my roll. Let us perceive the way forward.
That's another success.
Making progress.
How do you overcome this section of the castle?
This castle has many secrets and lies, but as one with the moon, I am familiar with such things, and the way in which they change and fade and disappear. Nothing can withstand my conviction. I hit every wall with my sword. I am always holding my shield up around every corner.
So you are delving like most expertly.
Indeed.
All right. And as you make your way through the castle, having gotten 2 successes, you trigger an event. Would you like to roll, Siegmann? D6? 2. Okay. You come across a long hallway filled with hidden spike traps.
Stay back. This room is trapped.
Yeah, like Siegmann, like you like step forward onto one thing, and it like hop back as the floor like gives way, and you see these ancient gnarled spikes jutting out of the floor, with like skeletons and stuff like kind of dead inside them. And you can make out that like this hallway is covered in these like trigger plates.
We will have to step lightly.
Pleasant, if not a bit gauche.
So yeah, you'll need to use acrobatics or reflex to get across, unless you have another way of doing so.
Well, if you all would care to follow me, I'll show you the way.
I'm going to follow an expert. Oh, follow my wife.
Rely on anyone to get us through this.
Yeah, do you have? Yeah, of course you have expertise in.
Master in acrobatics, and I'm legendary with reflex saves.
Okay. Well, so people could follow the expert with your acrobatics. I don't think they could follow you with reflex.
It's a little hard to show someone how to have inbuilt reflexes, I would agree.
I'm also a master
Yeah.
in acrobatics, so people can follow me. I can watch what Fortune does and just think, oh, my wife. And then do like the more realistic, just like, okay, well, for the rest of us that can't do that, maybe this one. It's like watching somebody do like backflips through like a laser maze, just like impressive. I do it this way.
Follow the expert following the legend.
Yeah.
Don't set me up for failure, Dai.
Like my
So
wife.
yeah, if you wanted to do that, if you have Fortune, yeah, you could use your own legendary reflex and not be able to lead anybody, or use your masterful acrobatics and be able to lead everybody. But it sounds like Dai could also lead people with acrobatics.
Okay, if Dai is covering folks with acrobatics, then I'll go ahead and use a reflex save. Here we go.
As you just, let's see how well you do.
It's a little bit of dodgeball. That's a 34, but with it's a 5 plus 29, so
34 is a success, which because you have evasion and you used a saving throw becomes a critical success. So like, and I think this is a kind of a cool. This is almost a clown thing.
Yep.
Of it looks like you're going to fall a bunch of times, but you catch yourself each time. And like kind of tumble your way across.
Everyone very tensely just watching her go, and she's like, I gotcha.
I think that's literally
it's
like straight up.
I can't watch.
The critical success would be going across without triggering any of the plates. This success becoming a critical is you going across and triggering most of the plates and still not falling into any of them.
I think there's honestly a purpose to that too, because on one hand, like doing it cleanly is one thing, but it doesn't show anyone anything. Stepping in all the places where they are and doing sort of a comedy act around it, and sort of like the whoops, you almost got me, like claiming the bandana or like hat off of one of the spikes as she passes through.
Thanks.
And then she takes a
so
bow.
You get to the other side of the hallway. You do, though. Unfortunately, as you're bowing, all of them close up, and you see the tiles begin to rearrange themselves.
Whoop. Well, looks like that was a one-time only performance, everybody. Yeah, gonna have to get your own tickets.
Don't. I look at Siegmann and like, don't expect me to do that.
Well.
I roll a 31.
A 31 is unfortunately a failure. You're gonna take some piercing damage.
I could afford to take the damage, but if I've failed, do the others still get the +1 for follow the leader? I follow the expert.
Are you
sorry.
a master?
I am a master.
Okay, then they all get a +3.
Even better. I'll happily take a little bit of damage.
Cool.
So it's proficiency +3?
Yeah, you gain proficiency +3.
Here it's
if you weren't proficient, you get to become proficient for the.
I was not.
So yeah, Dai, you take 38 piercing damage as you make your way across.
Okay.
Mostly just by slipping and like grabbing spikes and then like pushing yourself off of them.
Mm-hmm. I think there's this moment for those people that have maybe seen Blue-Eyed Samurai or maybe haven't. Definitely get a spike through the calf and have to like yank my leg back up off it, because most of my armor is like around like the torso. So it's definitely just sort of like get a spike, just like, hey, don't step there. Pull my leg off and just sort of like get to the other side and just like tie it up.
And it's +3 for our additional bonus?
Yeah.
Yes, if you weren't proficient, you become proficient, and additionally, even if you were, you add a +3.
Yeah, the effect there is not active currently, since it's I did it from my sheet and not Dai's. So
should I roll follow the expert first?
Oh, I see.
Then
no, you don't need to roll anything.
Just to make it easier for the
they
others.
just can follow.
yeah, they'll just need to add it.
Yeah, you need to be an expert or greater for them to be able to
Understood.
do it.
Let me go first, Octavian.
Oh my God, Siegmann.
Oh, Siegmann.
Oh, Siegmann.
Oh,
That's a
Siegmann.
critical failure.
That's a 23.
Ow.
This is how it was meant to be, my friends.
Siegmann, do you need me to carry you across?
Yeah.
Siegmann, you make it across. Oh God, you're gonna take double that. You're gonna take 106 damage. You are just, it doesn't matter who's teaching you how. You are not an acrobatic man. I think eventually you just like you're like, okay, my boots are thick enough that I can
walk across. Fuck it.
Yeah.
I love the visual of that happening, and they're just Fortune and Dai like lifting Siegmann up out of the final spike trap. I'm fairly certain I said not to do that. Pull you up.
Yeah, just like, it's just all the way through his leg.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think Octavian's expression had been somewhat neutral, is now kind of getting, like, this fine edge of, you are going to be crossing a line with me, sir.
While Octavian makes his way across the room, I am gonna, from my belt, and hand Siegmann the greater healing potion I have, and just like, say nothing. We'll need the magic later. Just hand that to you.
Are you sure?
I wouldn't give it to you if I wasn't. I'd quietly lean in and say to you, just for your ear, like, that was for her. If I can't keep her up, you do it.
I rolled a 37 on my...
Cool. And so that moment is kind of broken by Octavian successfully getting off across the spike traps.
Just finally arriving on the other side. Yeah.
Yes, with only marginal injuries, Octavian, you're going to take half damage. So you take 25.
You're rolling too well for this, sir.
I am rolling very well for this.
Lethal
Their other
indeed.
damage was 38.
Yeah.
We're out here with, what is it,
Yeah.
53 for Siegmann.
That's what happens when you don't all go at once.
Yeah, right.
You know, I get to roll a different number.
Well, everyone had great ideas.
It's true. The greater healing potion that Dai gave Siegmann heals 6d8 plus 20 hit points. That's the biggest healing potion I've got.
So, I think Siegmann will look around and be like, do we think we can spare 10 minutes, friends?
Well, if we can spare 10 minutes, then I can boost you up a little bit, bud.
I
think 10 minutes would be, you would think now that you're in the castle that sparing 10 minutes would be courting.
disaster.
Basically, I would roll like I would roll like a potential like encounter check where like another pod of enemies might come across you.
Yeah, Octavian's mindset is to keep pushing forward. Like, we are at this point, and we have to just accept it.
In that case, Siegmann says, yes, of course, and he puts the potion to his lips. He does not uncork it. He goes, glug, glug, glug.
Look at you in mild disbelief. It's just like,
Incredible.
I think Octavian is just like, that meter of his has gone up one.
Siegmann, my friend, leave the performance to the performers.
You look
I'm
like
sorry, I
shit, my man. You cannot fool us into thinking that you don't look like shit.
Oh, I already feel like rain. And then he also drinks the potion.
Oh, do you also drink the potion?
That got him back to where he was before.
that is a good roll.
He's still over 60. He's still 60 damage down, so he's just going to use that,
But still, 96 healing from the potion is great.
Bonds or roll.
Well, it was 96 from the from he cast heal on himself.
Huh.
A 2-action heal.
As he was pretending to
I
drink,
see.
he like touched his back and drank the potion.
With that and the potion, he is alive. As you see all the wounds knit. And his foot regrows most of its toes.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh,
Always preferable to not have a boot full of blood as well as your foot.
Indeed.
that's the worst kind of trench foot.
Ugh.
Create a
Grim.
trench of your foot.
Just remember, my friend, your heavy armor isn't that heavy, so keep a lighter step.
I see that. I step up next to Octavian and just be like, unclench, boss.
I can't afford to right now. Dai, you understand that, right?
Unclench, yes, but if you go in there with your shoulders up around your ears, you're not going to be able to think. Take a breath. We've got time for that.
All right. Let's keep moving forward.
All right.
Nothing but forward in these boots.
So long as they aren't filled with blood.
If nothing else, Dai is proving that, yes, this is a person that has a number of children and grandchildren on the way. Just like, you drink that, you unclench.
Mhm. All right, and you continue onward into the castle.
Yeah.
So you've, to give you a bit kind of a broader understanding of what's happening. You need to rack up 6 successes.
We have 2.
You have 2. Every 2 successes you roll, an event will trigger. There's 6 events. Half of them are positive and half of them are negative.
All right.
Well, we've been busily setting off traps in these holes. I think we could maybe stand to keep it a little quiet. Would a stealth roll be appropriate?
I can do a stealthy roll. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, let's get sneaky.
We following you again?
I think it's just for the skill check, right?
Yes. Yeah. But they are technically following you. You're leading.
Oh,
them
yes, that
through
would
the
be
thing,
in the
but
stealth.
only one person rolls for the navigation.
That's fair. Here's your 38.
And a 38 succeeds. You continue. You there's like a bunch of like armored like centaur zombies that are like clopping down the halls, and you manage to like avoid them entirely.
I got a pitch for you for another skill check.
All right.
Would you permit me to use athletics and we climb up a staircase that is mostly broken rather than follow the corridors? Take a
Oh, sure.
take a shortcut by scaling a wall
Mm-hmm.
to get up another level.
What's your athletics?
Plus 27?
I'm plus 28 if you want to give me a hand.
Yeah, I'll love to. Love to do that.
Yeah, you can do. I think ones that are off the list you can do once.
Thank you. That's my aid check to Octavian. Plus the 4 from being cooperative makes that a 35 to aid.
Which is a success.
So you
So
get your
plus
+1.
You'll get a +1.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the low rolls,
33
better
is-
to get them out of the way now.
But 33 is not a success, is it?
It is not a success.
Yeah. I think I'd rather...
Have you just got the 1 hero point?
I don't remember if because I know I
We
spent...
need these successes to advance,
Well,
friends.
yes, I know I spent a hero point because I started off with 2, so I think I should have another because I don't remember spending a second one.
Yeah. And you get one at
So-
the beginning of a new session. So you would have
Mhm.
2.
Yeah.
So you would.
So I'm gonna
Yeah, go for
spend
it.
1 and re-roll that bad boy.
Fantastic.
Our special boy hero point. Let's go.
My special boy hero point. Oh, there it is. 40.
Ah, very nice.
I prefer to keep it 40.
Nice.
4
Much improved.
40. That is a success. You like clamber up, throw a rope, and start to like haul each other up a staircase. That had like the staircase had like kind of collapsed in front of you, and you're like, no, we're going up this staircase.
I have a good feeling about this
And you
staircase.
continue to do so. Was that 2?
Yeah, we're up to
Yeah.
4, I believe, now.
It
You're up
was.
to 4? All right. Well then, Octavian, roll me a d6.
A 5.
5. You actually discover perhaps why this chamber was trying to keep you out and like push you to another place. You come across a shrine.
Ooh.
There it is, like you see like these tall stained glass windows, but they are stained entirely black with like little slivers of silver and red, depicting this enormous like night sky with a black moon, and from that black moon you see wings and like long spindly arms with like grabbing fingers that seem to be like coming down, and it's covered in eyes.
Siegmann, is that a good thing or a bad thing? Like, I know what the colors and the long grasping fingers might suggest, but I've heard some weird stories about what people see as they're dying.
Let me think on this. I roll religion.
You recall a knowledge on this against this icon?
Indeed.
Sure. 40. Yes.
Nice.
So the shrine as a whole, you can tell, is dedicated to the King of Night, which is a demon god from before history. He is the king of demons. You would know, like, demonology is that demons come from a kind of primordial chaos called the Red, which is powered by and feeds humanity's desire, hunger and drive and stuff. And often it, like, corrupts those desires, especially the King of Night, who is, like, you know, like, in many ways, kind of an antithesis figure to Lady Moon, who was like, oh, shining in the dark. King of Night is like, no, it should be dark forever. It had not been made very public that Gabriel the Gold was a follower of the King of Night. He has not, like, erected shrines or temples across the country to this deity. This seems like it might be a more personal faith for him, perhaps, or like connection. There is an effigy here, like an icon or a token on the altar. And you think that you could potentially desecrate it or sanctify it.
Yes, this is
which could make it a useful tool for dealing with Gabriel.
This symbol is a most unholy sigil. It seems the gold worships the King of Night, Lord of Demons, from the realm of Red that corrupts our desires. Enemy of Lady Moon. We should desecrate this, and perhaps with the desecrated effigy, we can strike a blow at Gabriel.
Love to strike a blow.
Yep. Glad you told me, because otherwise I would have just called it Dysternacht.
I was like, do we think physically striking a blow against it would be suffice? And he, like, hefts his sword. I'll break it.
Basically, it would be religion or occultism to take the like holy symbol that is on the altar and basically like
reverse the polarity.
Okay.
Yeah, more.
We got it,
Well,
remember,
I can aid with a touch of occultism. So I've got a little bit of that under my belt, but I will not take the charge on this one, I don't think. Let's see.
Indeed.
Just take a little peek into the secret side of the world, shall we? That's a 21.
21 is just barely not a critical fail.
That's, well, no wait here, I guess.
No, this must be the only way to fight the King of Night is with their sworn enemy. Lady Moon, aid me, and I cast guidance on myself.
Nicely done.
I'm gonna add that +1.
Oh, that's a
We love
20.
to see it. Nat 20, baby.
I'd love to see it. Fantastic. You basically transform this icon into one of Lady Moon, like a black, like iron ball, basically. But like covered in like pits and gnarls, like to showcase like the craters of a black moon. And you touch it and it just becomes pure silver. Basically, vampires have a weakness, which is revulsion. A vampire can't voluntarily come within 10 feet of brandished garlic or a brandished religious symbol of a non-evil deity. Normally, that just means like if you spend an action to like rebuke it with this symbol, and then he just like flees. Two things. One, the will save for him to get within whoever, like 10 feet of whoever's brandishing this, is their class save or spell save +2. And also, when using it, once per encounter, you can rebuke as normal and make a religion or intimidation check. And a success against his will DC, it will either stun, sicken, or stupefy him.
I take the holy symbol, and then I kneel before Octavian and raise it up. As the hero, it is only fitting that you use this to scare the shit out of Gabriel.
Octavian's going
of course, for a holy
to to gently actually like push it back towards you and say, I appreciate all that Lady Moon has done for myself and for this party, but she is yours, and if I cannot defeat him on my own terms, then I do not think I would be qualified to wield this in any respect.
Siegmann has a moment of, worry on his face, but then he quickly silences it. Of course, my friend. And he, attaches it to his belt. I can't attach this to my shield or something, can I?
No, and it will take up a hand.
Yeah.
To use.
Hey.
So you'd either you would die. So Fortune could potentially juggle it, but everyone else would need to use that hand.
I mean, I do have 2 hands and a talent for a little bit of tossing. So.
The mental image of that's very good.
Yes.
While this little exchange is going on, Dai and Fortune off to the side, and Dai says, "Can't believe you basically turned down a proposal. That was more romantic than when you asked me to marry you."
I mean, I can believe it, honestly. It's one track mind kind of guy over there.
Yeah, I know. Note and everything.
You tie it to your belt, and you leave the shrine, and you are 2/3 of the way through the castle. You feel like you're the rooms are getting more opulent as you move now. You see flickers of eyes watching from around corners and inside small rooms that close as you approach.
I'm happy to do a perception check if someone wants to aid me. I'm pretty decent at perception.
No, more than happy to give a hand.
Okay.
Here we go. Let's aid, shall we?
My
Or
love.
not. Or not at all. I don't help. I'm just very
That's
distracting.
a critical failure. That would hurt.
Harms.
That's a 25
that
on a
will
1.
harm.
Okay.
That is going to mean that Dai takes a I think a -2.
Okay.
Let me double check.
That moment when you try to be helpful, but you're just kind of like a corgi,
Oh,
super
yeah.
excited on a walk.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let me just add a temporary negative. Cool, guys. This is bad. I rolled a 30,
That's pretty rough, yeah.
which was a 5 on the die, minus the 2. I tell you what, I'm going to use my hero point.
Okay,
Okay.
that was a failure.
No. Really? Re-rolling using a hero point. Okay,
There we
that
go.
goes up from a 30 to a 41, minus the 2, a 39.
Well, you only take a -1.
Or is it just a -1 for the crit fail? Then that's a 40.
Yeah, so 40. 40 is a success. You hear a bunch of harpies kind of chuckling and singing to each other, and you're like, oh, nope.
I thought you said
And you
heartbeat
just
for
barely-
half a second and was really confused.
A heartbeat.
No, harpies make
bum, bum.
sense.
Yeah. And you just managed to barely avoid them as you see a rookery around the corner.
Yeah. All right.
Then I'm talking in your ear the entire time.
So then there's this one time, and then we just kept going, and I was just like, wow, we gotta stop.
Okay. And I sort of direct us down another path and let the others go ahead
Cool.
while I'm keeping an eye on this rookery as we move past.
Yes. You are starting to hear and feel kind of a rumble in your chest as you get close, and you are getting close to the center of this castle.
All right.
Sort of on the side of everything, I'm going to just have the this greater quicksilver mutagen at the ready.
Okay.
Are you
And I think
taking it,
I'll
or you got it
actually-
on your belt, ready to?
It lasts for an hour, so I think I'm actually going to go ahead and take it.
Okay.
I'm having vivid flashbacks to a friend of mine's use of Quicksilver in a Pathfinder campaign and how badly it went consistently.
Mhm.
Yeah. As a part of the
Mutagens are
quicksilver
fun.
mutagen, I do take 28 points of damage, but it also gives me quite a boost to acrobatics, stealth, thievery, reflex saves, and dexterity-based attack rolls, as well as a massive bonus to speed.
Yeah, it basically slightly drains you in exchange for making you very fast.
Yeah, and also my fort's worse by -2, which is just simply great because, fortitude isn't my best, but it was my second best, and now it's my worst. So,
Mm-hmm.
but,
All right. So you continue on. Who is leading the last, potentially last roll?
I can perception check it if someone wants to give me a hand for a little boost, but I think with the approaching to the center, Octavian would be wanting to regain the lead.
Oh, sure. I'll give you a
Will
boost
you?
if I could get up high with acrobatics to give you a vantage point. Is it a fine aid?
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. Acrobatics +3. Silver. Add.
Oh, it'll probably add it already.
I hope so. Well, let's find out if it does or doesn't. It did not, so that'll be 42.
Oh, it's got the effect on
Yeah,
you.
very strange. Maybe it's because the token's the older one.
Maybe.
Yeah. Well, either way, 42.
Nice.
42 is a critical success on an aid.
Okay,
That's
and
a
that's
plus.
plus.
Plus 2?
2?
Plus
3
3.
since I'm a master.
Plus 3.
Okay.
Yep.
Nice. Big money, no whammies, Octavius.
Come on, leader man. It's all up to you.
No pressure.
I believe in you.
Oh, all pressure. Just remember,
Siegmann in the
you can perform,
background.
right?
I believe in you.
I thought that was going to be a
Ooh.
14.
Only a 33.
33.
I
Ooh.
was really hoping it would be
It
better,
is
and I
one below a success.
Boo,
want
his.
to use my hero point.
I got
Can
up here
I
for nothing.
Use my. Do I want to use my prophecies pawn now, or should I wait?
What does it let you do?
Succeed.
Oh.
It's me straight up succeed on a thing. And then
By
it's
the
gonna come
book
back and
raw,
bite me
it
in
lets
the
you
ass.
re-roll once.
Yes.
But for this, because of the prophecy, the power of prophecy is so strong, Octavian can use it to succeed once without any issues, and then I get a fail that I can use deploy whenever I want to.
So if you were to do that, we would succeed on this, and then that's the end of this phase of exploring the castle. If we accept the fail, we get an event, and then we need to roll another check to get that final success, correct?
Yeah, well, if you fail, it won't be on the event table. You'll just run into another pot of enemies, and
Okay.
need to roll to see basically a saving throw to see how well you get out of that scrape.
But then would we get an event anyway? Because that has been 2 checks since the last event.
No, you need to get 2 successes.
Understood.
So there will be one
Thank
last
you.
event before the final boss.
So
I mean, we're all in pretty good health straits. It's up to you,
Yeah,
I think we can
Mad,
take
because
the
that's a
scrape.
pretty powerful
Yeah.
thing to use on this.
Siegmann, the back, says, Lady Moon, though he does not ask for your aid, I beg it, and I spend my hero point.
Hey, man.
Okay.
All right.
Good shit.
All
That's
right,
the
Siegmann, you'll get it someday.
tasty narrative shit.
That was worse.
Ah!
Lady Moon said, "Guess what?
Are we
Fuck
using
this
your...
guy."
You're going down a bad path.
Okay, but
Siegmann.
are we using rule as written, or are we using Zach's rule about hero points?
No, I think we're using the original.
Oh,
rule.
motherfuck!
I mean,
Lady Moon
No,
said, make
it's gotta
better
be-
choices, Siegmann.
Yeah.
yeah,
You
I
deserve
think,
better,
I think
You deserve
narratively
better.
the fact. Now, for the listeners at home, I went from a 33 to a crit failure of 28. I rolled a 1 on the die on my
Yeah.
reroll.
That's so funny. That is so funny.
So you you pray that, and there's a little silver glow, and all of the braziers around you turn bright red, and the walls on either side shoot down, and there is just fucking a dozen guys, grave knights and like captains and stuff, and they just pounce on. We're gonna do best of fortitude or will on this one.
Oh boy.
And unfortunately, because it was a crit fail that led you in here, you are kind of off guard. Your results will be 1 lower than what you roll.
Well,
Does Juggernaut come into effect with that?
No.
okay. Well, will it is.
Because I believe Juggernaut means that you can't fail rolls.
I'm afraid of Juggernaut. Rude.
I know.
Huh?
Oh, let's see how willful
fortune.
I'm very willful. I rolled a 20. I rolled 42.
There we go. That's a 40.
Okay, so this is a success becomes a failure. A critical success becomes a normal success for Fortune.
Fortune does it.
A failure becomes a critical failure for Siegmann. And a failure becomes a critical failure for Octavian.
So the fact that I would have had a critical success for rolling a success doesn't mean I just drop back down to a success.
No, because this is not a normal saving throw. This is just a
Well, this is your mechanic for doing-
abstraction
Yeah.
of a
Yeah.
random
You
encounter.
can't blame me for trying.
Oh yeah.
No, those are very powerful abilities.
I know.
And I'm trying to I'm trying to attrite
Zach's
you.
like, I have to nerf you guys.
I feel like this. Can I use Prophecy's Pawn for this?
Yeah, don't critical fail here.
You sure?
Because,
You
like, he didn't want to re-roll.
could? Yeah, it would be 48 damage.
4-8 or 4d8?
Yeah.
48. It's already been, so I rolled a 24.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, let me take half of that before I forget.
Yeah.
Oop.
So I think also just kind of narratively, Octavian was sitting there debating the best course of action. Siegmann decided he wanted to take it into his own hands
There we
and
go.
get the re-roll with the hero point.
Ouch.
And that went poorly.
Mhm.
And then just completely on the back foot that I think the turnaround with him being the chosen one being like, this is stupid, getting hit here with
Mhm.
that level of intensity
Yeah.
would be fun.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, you could spend it now and you'll take no damage from this encounter.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Love that.
Okay.
Narratively speaking.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so Octavian, you manage, like, everyone's like, oh my god, how, like fighting their asses off. And then we just see Octavian just like just a blade storm just taking out all these goons and is untouched by this encounter.
And as a reminder for the listeners, my background is Chosen One, which is your birth has fulfilled a prediction, and the people close to you are counting on you to do great things. So,
Yeah.
I appreciate you counting on me, Siegmann, but respect my choices.
Wow.
Lady Moon does not respect you, is what I've learned today.
No, this is what we're learning.
Lady Moon has seen the future.
you know,
I will
and is
always
hey.
support you from behind, Octavian, whatever comes to pass.
Lady Moon has definitely seen the future.
Well, it isn't the
That's what we'll
fastest
see.
at the faces after all.
All right. So yeah, but you managed to get a hold of things. You clear out this pod of knights. You've all taken a little bit of damage. Nobody is at full health anymore. But the castle continues. You only need one success, I believe, right?
Siegmund, do you want me to aid you in a perception?
Very well.
That's a 30
Is that an aid?
on the aid.
That is a success.
Oh wait, it's a 34. If that makes any more difference, because I don't have the
It
thing
does
set
not.
up in there, which I should have done.
The DC for this, the DC for the actual exploration check is 34, so the aid is 30.
Understood.
So it's just barely
So
a
plus
success.
1 to you, Siegmund. Fuck yeah.
Very nice.
All
That's a
right.
40.
4-0.
Siegmann, you make your way through, and you come to the like thrum of power in this place becomes stronger and stronger until it's like suffusing your bones. But just before you get to the throne room, there is one last event that triggers. Siegmann, roll d6.
Should I roll
2.
another one?
Okay. No. Roll a d20. Odds, it is the event below it on the table. Evens, it's the event above it. Odds, the event below. So as you are making your way to the final, your final encounter of this fight, of this dungeon, the throne room, and you can feel it. Like the walls here are covered in gold and jewels. You hear like a over here, and a pack of hollow-eyed servants call out to you, ushering you all to a side room.
Should we trust these wraiths?
I mean, hollow-eyed, figurative. These are people, human beings.
Sunken eyes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Should we trust these wraiths, Octavian?
Yes.
Very well. Lead us to your side room.
So they pull you in, and then they roll me 2 separate d4s.
That is a
Okay.
2 and a 4.
All right. So they hand you a number of items.
Oh, very nice.
They hand you a vanishing coin and an iron medallion, 2 talismans, and they hand you 4 moderate healing potions.
Ooh.
So a vanishing coin, 4 moderate healing, and what was the medallion?
An iron medallion. And those are both types of talismans.
Are these common enough magical items that as a group we would instinctively know what they are?
Yeah. You like they either they tell you or you just recognize them. They're the kind of thing that you've been using the whole
Okay.
encounter.
Let us all take a moderate healing potion.
Absolutely.
Gladly.
Moderate healing heals, I believe, 3d8 plus 10. Yes. They had almost forgotten how to hope.
And who is taking these talismans?
That vanishing coin, it looks very nice for me, I'm gonna admit.
What does it do? For our listeners.
If I remember rightly, and I'll look it up to make sure, but I believe it applies invisibility? Yes. When you activate it, it applies a second rank invisibility spell on the person who's activated it, lasting until the end of next turn.
I'm going to take my healing, please.
Oh, you just drink them. You're drinking them now.
Oh!
Yeah, I'm drinking mine now. Yeah.
Yeah.
How did you
The
make
Iron
yours roll the
Medallion
right
fails
way?
against fear effects, I see.
A 9, a 10, and a 10.
Glory be.
I feel like this is my werewolf character coming back to bless me with great D10 rolls.
Yeah, so a vanishing coin, when you attempt a stealth check for initiative but have not yet rolled, you can spend it to become invisible until the end of your first turn.
I like the idea of getting a jump on our vampiric friend.
Well, we are preparing. I will not, Octavian, say that it is Lady Moon who is helping you. No, this is your victory that we are coming towards. And he casts heroism on you at 6th level.
It is not just me, it is the people. It is everyone's victory.
Did anyone claim the medallion? Because what an iron medallion allows you to do is it gives you a +2 status bonus to a will save against fear.
Someone else should take those.
Because I'm looking, because I think I might have a thing about fear, so I'm just quickly double checking.
Yeah, and Octavian definitely does because he's a fighter.
Yeah.
While casting heroism, Siegmund's going to try and subtly cast Share Life on Octavian.
Y'all.
Okay.
Okay.
Roll.
I think to give Siegmann any bit of an edge, at least, Octavian is going to be busy talking to the people that are here. So he'll be distracted.
Should I make a roll, or...?
Yeah, you can roll. Let's just see how obvious it is. It would be deception, or stealth, or thievery.
Let's go with deception. I'm slightly charismatic. That's a 6.
It is clear.
Incredible.
Single
Octavian
digit
will
roll.
just
Let's go.
stop in the middle
Holy
of his
shit.
talking and pinch the bridge of his nose, but won't say anything.
Lady Moon, please let us... We will share our lives, the two of us. Yes.
So done bad.
Okay. I take half the damage you take.
Oh,
All
my
right.
man.
Incredible.
If nobody objects, I'll take the iron medallion. I double checked just because I want to be able to be in the front line and I don't want to start running away if needed. And I have enough debuffs on my AC as it is with all my equipment.
Yep. It bears worth mentioning that I will affix the vanishing coin to Fortune's favor. So it is ready to activate once we're actually in the thick of things.
I will attach mine to part of my the hide and leather wraps that make up sort of my chest armor.
And I go and slap you on the back. Dai Little, you will live to see your grandchildren. And I cast 3rd level heroism on you.
Ooh, very kind.
Okay.
Very
All right.
kind.
What is it for fighters about fear?
Oh, you have bravery,
I don't-
which is basically your will saves against fear are better than most people. When you roll a success against the fear effect, it's a critical success instead. And anytime you gain the frightened condition, it automatically reduces by 1.
Oh, there it is.
It's very good.
Okay, yeah, I just didn't
bravery
scroll
is such
down
a
far
good
enough.
feature.
Mm-hmm.
So you have completed your precautions, your preparations. your final rites before stepping through those doors. A pair of enormous golden double doors stands before you. Past that, you know, is the throne room of Gabriel the Gold, the cause of all the misery in your land these long last 50 years. What do we see as you all stand before it?
I think definitely Octavian just like tensing and like gripping the hilt of his sword and just getting refamiliarized with the weight of it and getting ready to hit some bad guys.
Fortune will find the shadows, sort of a link into them. And as she looks back, the rest of the group just sort of sink in.
Siegmann has a worried look, but you see him close his eyes and quench that worry. And he's like, no, I will only show resolve for my friends in the face of my enemy. And he stands confidently behind Octavian.
Dai blows a kiss to Fortune as she disappears into the shadows. Hefts Fang, the giant sword, across their shoulders and just gives a nod to Octavius and Siegmann. Let's do this.
Let's do this. The door swings open. Burning braziers throw flickering reflections across gilded tiles and pillars and all sorts of things. Black marble and gold accents dominate this room as white and black tile tessellates beneath your feet. As you step through, you see a multi-level throne room, like raising up in height as you go further. On the first tier, standing watch with a enormous flail and tower shield, is the Knight Commander of Castle Coronant, Terran the Grey, who looks down at you with a sneer. Finally, and behind her on the throne, or standing from the throne, with his enormous blackwood staff. Oh no, it's a birch staff, white birch, wearing resplendent white and gold robes, his skin even plated with pliable gold, and a pair of burning crimson eyes, is the Gilded One. And he says, "My guests, long have you searched for an invitation, and finally you have learned to do without. Have you found the accommodations to be satisfactory?"
Oh, if only Fortune wasn't trying to stealth.
It's no. Octavian gives like a derisive snort that echoes through the entire room, and then it's just like a long pause, and he just goes, "No."
The one time I have to keep my mouth shut.
Knight Commander Terran says, "They sound to me like ungrateful house guests. They've made a mess of your home, Lord Gabriel." So it is with rowdy neighbors. I am proud to tell you that your interview has been a success. When I raise you from the dead, you will be the greatest of my champions. Come, let us make the final ascendance. Let's roll initiative. As this is all happening, you see a serpent slithering out of a coffin, an enormous shed skin animated by foul magics.
Gross.
And a number of the skulls that line each wall come flying and swarming to form a bulwark in front of Gabriel the Gold.
Awful.
Ooh.
May I roll stealth initiative?
You absolutely may.
Okay, then I am going to pop that vanishing coin. Here we go.
As you duck behind one of these coffins.
Normally I can roll intimidation, but I don't know how scared of me these guys will be.
Well, you can still give it a shot.
I'm going to give it a shot. It's going to be kind of like, the people will not stand for this, Gabriel. You false ruler. 37.
Lord.
You will find, young Octavian, that the people will stand for more than you realize. As the battle commences, it begins with Dai Little, fastest among the cohorts.
I would like to rage.
Certainly.
Okay, what is the distance between me and Pouty Face? Quite a way.
Yeah, this is a very, very big spot. You can be a little further up if you all wanted to. Like, we can see, let's say that you're actually maybe at the foot of the second set of stairs.
Sure.
Okay.
Take that. And I'll be, yep.
Okay.
Cool. So it's not quite like an enormous amount of room.
Die, monster. We spend 5 minutes running up.
Yeah, right.
What is that? 50? All right.
She is 50 away. To get to her would be 45.
Understood. As part of my Mighty Rage, by the way, I get a free rage action, which I will use for Come and Get Me, which is where damage rolls against me are going to get a +2 circumstance bonus. But if the creature hits me, that creature is off guard against me. And yeah, it's a fun one. Oh, wonderful. I forgot I had this. I would love to sudden charge the apparent spellcaster.
Classic.
Striding twice and taking a swing. Let's attempt to strike, shall we?
You whip a 36 at her, and she brings up her tower shield and smashes it aside. You said spellcaster. Certainly Grave Knights have spells, but she is the Knight Commander, and she says, "Come on, barbarian. You're going to need to be a bit faster than that."
All right, let's dance. And that's my turn.
All right. Next is the Gilded One, who has a very complicated stat block that I need to remember.
Truly an enemy.
You can make it so easy by just eliminating
Well,
it.
you know.
Just say no. Just
We
say
play
no.
by vibes only.
All right. Gabriel steps forward. His defensive skull swarm kind of comes with him. Not like all the way, but he just steps forwards a bit, and he says, "Darren, hold on to that one. I've got
Name
welcoming gift."
Darren?
Taryn.
Oh.
Less funny
Like,
than
who's
Darren, but
Darren?
also very good all the same.
Is she named after Taryn Dower?
Maybe.
Maybe Tarandar's named after her.
Oh.
Mm.
Didn't think about that.
Come on, there we go. As he twists out his hand and throws the energy that you recognize as like the King of Knights swirls around and opens a great maw in the ground beneath Octavian and Siegmann.
Foul presence.
And the black tentacles will roll against the two of you.
My shield is raised.
Your shield is raised. So that's a hit against Octavian. And I guess I have to roll twice. And a miss to Siegmann. Yeah, so Siegmann's shield is raised. Octavian is grabbed by the tentacle as like a field of black and red spectral tendrils start to like force their way out of the floor from the space behind the moon. Octavian, you are going to take 20 bludgeoning damage.
No, you will take 10.
Right.
Right. And then Siegmann manages to not be grabbed, and so you're fine. But Octavian, you are grabbed. And that is the Golden One's turn. Next is Siegmann.
Siegmann looks at this and says, "This foul stink. Demons. Red. We shall hold you back in the name of the moon." And Siegmann is gonna, real quick, let's switch to measurement controls. Well, I just measure out a little bit of a 60 feet. And then let's drag that right there. Siegmann casts Moonburst.
Whoa.
Look him up, Siegmann!
Let's go.
Yep, that's a fucking 60-foot burst. Holy shit.
Goodness gracious.
All the bad guys roll a reflex save.
Oh, and it's silver damage.
A massive globe of chilling moonlight explodes in the area.
Okay. Holy shit.
You rolled
So
real well.
the only one...
Fuck.
What?
Fuck.
What?
So unfortunately, I rolled a multiple 19.
How did you roll? What?
I don't think I've ever seen.
That doesn't. This is statistically unlikely. I would like to file a complaint against a foundry.
Lady Moon has said
This is incredibly statistically unlikely.
Oy.
Gabriel succeeds but does not crit. Every other enemy crits on this. A 19 plus 24 for the Knight Commander, a 19 plus 27 for the Skull Swarm, and a 16 plus 30 for the Hollow Serpent. You could also spend a hero point to make
I
any
have no
of them
hero
reroll.
points. I gave my hero point to Octavian.
Oh boy. You will all get 1 hero point getting to the place.
The Knight Commander is gonna reroll.
Okay, the Knight Commander rerolls and gets a normal success.
All right.
So she will take half damage.
Here is the 8d10 cold, and here is the 8d10 vitality.
Incredible.
And with that, Siegmann is going to... Is it difficult terrain to move through here? To move through these tentacles?
I believe it's something. If you end your turn in the area and they attempt to grab you if you haven't already, it's not difficult terrain. They're just constantly trying to grab you.
In that case, I will stride forward out of the tentacles. That is
All right.
my turn.
Fantastic. They both take the cold damage. I thought for a second that Taryn might have had cold resistance. She does not. She has electricity immunity. I shouldn't have told you that.
I was like, oh, well.
I will forget this.
I won't waste one of my vials of electricity lightning on her.
And they both take 18 vitality. So Gabriel's not looking too hurt, but they've taken a little bit of damage, and that is Octavian. You are currently grabbed.
Yeah, but I can still theoretically hit it if... Can I hit the tentacles if I maintain the grip on my weapon, or are they, like, wrapped fully around me?
No, you can definitely. You are immobilized, but you're not restrained. So you still have they're like wrapped around your like waist and legs.
Okay.
But you can use your weapon.
Okay.
You could like swipe at them with your sword and try to like out damage
Right.
them, or you could make an escape attempt with athletics or acrobatics.
Okay. My plan was to glimpse vulnerability, so long as I'm holding my implement, which is my weapon. You'll glimpse the hidden vulnerability and then strengthen it to aid you. Select the creature you can see, and that's why I don't know if that would count then as these tentacles, or if it would have to be like Gabriel that I can glimpse the vulnerability against.
Yeah, these tentacles are not really
Okay.
a creature so much as they are spell effects.
Then in which case, I would love to just attempt to athletics my way out of there. That is a 44 total.
44, you're able to break the grab upon yourself, spending an action, but it is also an attack with the attack trait. So your multiple attack penalty is active, but you are now freed from the tentacles.
Okay, then I would also love to stride out of there as well. Yeah, so that would be 30 to here.
You could also flank, because 50 feet should be enough to get behind her.
You can just move up to one side of her, because I can always move to get into a flanking position before I attack her.
Okay, yeah, then I will move to right beside her, and then if you want to pinch through her on the other side. So we'll 45.
Spencer,
I'll be right
remember,
next
let's
to
go.
her.
Yep.
Right behind you.
Fantastic. So you break free from the tentacles and then charge up the steps towards Knight Commander Taryn. And she says, oh, look at this. All my friends in one place. And she's going to take a 5-foot step back.
No escape.
Okay.
Actually, does she have a reach weapon?
You see that she has a war flail in one hand and a tower shield in the other. She also has a crossbow on her back.
Yes, I will follow then.
All right. Well, this is just pity. As she's going to unleash a 30-foot cone in a devastating blast. Let's see how she can do it. She's... Oh, wow. Yeah. She was going to try to get both of you. Can't get both of you, so she's going to get... Dai.
She can get the snake.
She's not going to get the snake. Dai, I need you to roll a reflex save as she slams her shield down and blasts out a wall of electricity at you.
Cool. Hate that. Hate that for me.
Tastes bad.
And you can just, yeah.
Oh, I rolled a natural 20!
You could just not.
No!
20!
Oh!
So you so here's what happens. She like slams it down, and you see like a demon bat's face on the thing, like open its mouth to blast the lightning, and you just uppercut the face on the shield, and like the shield like pops up like a skateboard, and just this enormous blast of electricity just fills the like air above you all. And she goes,
I look at her and go,
and that is her turn.
you have to be quicker than that, darling.
Incredible. Well,
That was fucking clutch, considering I
was
have
clutch as
so
well.
much negative going on right now.
meanwhile, the hollow snake, the hollow serpent, it doesn't need to get that close.
It's right up against you.
It kind of slithers out of the sarcophagus and is going to just kind of bite Dai.
Has a +2 circumstance bonus to this attack on me because of come and get me.
Wonderful.
+2 to the damage as well.
Plus the damage. Cool. So that is a
Yep.
hit. You're off guard to it, right?
I'm off guard to everyone.
Yeah. So it's that's been applied.
Yes, my AC is reduced accordingly. Yeah.
So Dai, you're like taunting the Grave Knight commander, and then suddenly a snake fucking jumps out of this coffin, an empty snake skin with the fangs and like skeleton of a snake inside of it, and it chomps on you, hits you.
Yep.
You're going to take 26 piercing damage
Yep.
as it will attempt to grab you.
Okay.
With its improved grab, it basically gets to make a athletics check. Basically, it gets to make a grapple with no multiple attack
Okay.
penalty.
What is that against?
It's a 45. Your fort
My
DC.
fort DC. That's 20 plus what my modifier is.
10 plus.
10 plus your
Shit.
modifier.
Then yes, that
Cool.
it succeeds. My fort DC would be 39 then, just so everyone knows. Because of the heroism.
Fantastic.
Thank you, Siegmann.
Of course.
So this thing
Anytime,
strikes
friend.
out and snatches you. You all see like this fucking huge, like it's an enormous like anaconda style snake, but it is like empty, hollow.
Who invited you?
Gabriel says, "That's my little baby."
Your baby is ugly.
Like father, like son.
Well, and then it is going to attempt to swallow
Oh,
you whole.
fuck's sake.
No,
Yeah, okay.
not like this.
It's fine, I'll get out. If nothing else, I'll get out. Is it rolling against a DC?
Yes, it's rolling another athletics check against your
Fort save?
reflex this time.
Reflex? No!
35.
Yeah, it normally wouldn't, but because I'm currently clumsy, it does. So, I'll get back in a minute.
Okay.
I'll be back in a minute.
So it strikes you,
Yep.
swallows you,
Yep.
and then begins to slither over to like body block for Gabriel.
Because this is just a skeleton and a skin, you guys can see me and they're just looking righteously pissed off. Just like fully
Yes.
prepared to go out.
You are also, now that it has left its coffin, you are within its desiccation
Fuck
aura.
off.
So I will need Octavian and Dai to make fort saves.
Okay.
That is nasty.
That is, in fact, a 47 on my fort save.
Oh, I rolled it twice. Sorry.
Those are both critically successes, so both of you are immune to its effects.
Beautiful.
Nasty.
But that is its turn. Next is the Sorceress Skull Swarm. So you see, like, these are like the skulls of fucking like wizards that have been like culled and sacrificed to the King of Knights, and they are actually just like swarming around Gabriel, and you're not sure why, but it seems like they're not doing anything beyond like blocking for him. Next is Fortune.
Okay. What does it take to get over the sarcophagi in my way?
Oh, you're a master of... You can just move.
Okay,
through.
cool beans. Just to measure my distance then. 45 feet of movement will get me up here, which is where I want to be.
Nice.
Take a quick look at my knife's range just to make sure I understand how far it goes again. Fortune's favor. Oh, you're a 10 foot. That's right. This is different rules. That's fair. Then in that case, I will step up about here. So that'll give me 50 feet total with 2 actions. I will just do the simple thing first, and from the shadows, a flash of light will come out as I throw Fortune's favor towards the Knight Commander.
Cool.
This should have a +3.
And you certainly reveal yourself.
Yep. With stunning accuracy, increased by performance-enhancing drugs. 35, and that's still a miss.
So unfortunately, a 35 is a miss against the Knight Commander.
Well...
To be fair, you rolled a 5.
Yeah, you do try, but that causes the invisibility to drop. The knife will return to my hand, though, of course. It is returning.
So she like smacks it out of the air with her war flail, and it just comes back to your hand, and she goes, "Well, we can't all perform all the time."
So even a 35, even with being technically off guard from invisibility, huh? Oof.
Yes.
That's rough.
You missed by more than 2.
Yeah.
Dai, that is you. You are in a snake.
I am not happy about being in a snake. So gritting my teeth, I will sort of flex a little bit and do like a vicious strike in a circle around my head going, this is just skin and bones, and attempt to cut my way out. I will re-roll using my hero point because that was only a 3 on the die, and that is bad. Fuck you. Roll
Good
20.
Lord.
That was so close to a
Holy
20.
shit.
31 to 30.
That is unfortunately a critical failure.
Uh-huh. What does that mean?
So you cannot use your final action to attempt to escape.
I was slowed anyway because I'm inside it.
Yes, yeah, very true. So
That's fine.
it doesn't really matter for you, but it does mean that you're done for now.
My fortitude's fine, so I'm not worried about holding my breath. You guys sort yourselves out. I'll be fine.
Okay, yes.
Just need a minute.
Oh, right. You were supposed to take this void damage when you got in there.
Okay, done and done. And that's my turn.
Mm-hmm.
Or do you need to roll it again from the end of this turn? Because that was the first one.
For the end of this turn,
Yeah,
yeah.
no
I
problem
was
at all.
rereading the swallow. Swallow whole is an interesting ability. It just is a little bit long.
Yeah, no problem.
Cool. So you took 10 void damage from the serpent, and then you took an additional 16.
Okay.
You are not in a bad way.
I'm in an
but
uncomfortable
you're in
way.
a bad situation. Absolutely. Next is the golden one, the gilded one, Gabriel. Yes. Okay. This is less of a impressive showing than I would have liked, Octavian. You were a very promising recruit in the army. So you're not doing as well as I would have hoped. And then he is going to kind of whip his staff towards Octavian and cast Malicious Shadow.
Ooh.
Octavian, you see your shadow come to life and attempt to kill you. But that is only... Oh, no, that was against Dai.
Yeah.
I'm actually targeting both of you, but Dai's the one that
Right.
actually...
Strange.
Okay, that was a 30, but I think a 34 still misses.
Yeah, my AC is 37.
In the chat, Bitmap has noticed, yes, Gabriel the Gold is a witch.
He's a witch.
A witch!
His patron is the King of Night.
Does that mean the skull swarm is his familiar, or do you
He's
think it's a
truly
snake?
my sworn enemy.
The snake is more his familiar than the skull swarm. Neither of them are mechanically familiars, but yeah, he's got a lot of like defensive, like
Sure.
we'll see as the fight goes on. But yes, yeah, he's a witch of the King of Night. Oh wait, sorry, he had one action left.
Indeed.
So he attempts to strangle Octavian with his own shadow, fails to do so, and is going to, and then just whip his spear at you. It's a 34. You manage to block it. It returns to his hands, and now it is Siegmann's turn.
Dai, this will be just like in the Cave of Night. In the Cave of Night, I had to cast an area of effect that...
From within, it's like here. I love it. Big like
All right.
vine of a guy in the horse mask. Oh no, it's a Tom Scarf thing. I love it.
Witch, follower of the demons, all of you shall burn in the light of the moon. And this is going to hit all of our villains as well as Dai. Please, all of you, roll a DC 33 reflex save.
Oh boy.
All right.
I would like to see a few less 19s on the die.
I'm seeing some bad rolls.
Whoa, there's a big one there.
I'm seeing a critical failure from Gabriel the Gold.
Gabriel the Gold!
Holy hell, I think Siegmann might do it.
Those skulls, though, were
My
like,
God.
"Wee!"
Oh, poop.
Oh, wait. Sorry. A number of things happened first. Before, you can do that for sure. But first, you activate. Wait, are you within it? How far away? You are not within the Knight Commander's aura of sacrilege, which automatically attempts to do that. But the Sorceress Skull Swarm does have its Consume spell. Normally, this only targets the actual Skull Swarm, but because they are like defensively attached to Gabriel, they get to use it for him. It is going to attempt to counteract your Moon Burst. It's a counteract check.
This is a 7th level spell.
Okay. Which means that the DC to counteract it would be 31. It is rolling with an occultism of 28. No, a spell attack, right? Rolls spell attack of 26.
Yeah.
It's a 36. Success, which would be,
So it is a success. What level is this effect?
this effect is 7th rank.
God damn it.
Does anybody have if you have a hero point, you can spend it to force a reroll?
Oh, I'll force a reroll. And I think it's just, like Octavian will shout.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
So it would need to critically fail to not work.
Oh yeah, on a failure, it counteracts the target if its counteract rank is less than 7.
This thing is a much higher level than us, unfortunately. So it would have to naturally won this roll for it not to stop any of my spells.
Yowza.
Then I'll take my hero point back.
Okay, yeah, hold on to your hero point. So you like this burst, and then you see it all the skulls like open, unhinge their jaws, and the moonburst swirls into their non-existent gullets.
So would the serpent and Terran still take half damage, or does it completely negate the spell?
Is this at will?
It's as many times as it has castings of Dispel Magic. It does have a limited amount of Dispel Magics, so it's not going to do this every single time, but it did do it this time, and you don't know how many of those it has.
Okay.
You can always recall knowledge on the Skull Swarm. If it dispelled the magic,
So the
which I
spell.
think just means that the spell does not go off.
that didn't consume part of it. That blocks the entire spell. If it can dispel magic at consume spell. Okay.
Yeah, that's its like special ability.
All right, and because it was one of the targets, it ate the whole spell, and it gains 14 temporary HP.
It does indeed.
Siegmann will, with his final action,
And Siegmann, it fucking hurts because you knew Gabriel was not ready for that.
Oh yeah, no. You don't need to remind me.
Sorry, I'm just trying to up the tension.
Nope, it's too upped already. You
Fully
can't-
clenched.
You can't increase this. And with that, with Octavian going next. Nope, you're too far away from me. So Siegmann is merely going to get closer, and if he needs to make a roll, he will.
You do not need to make a roll currently.
Okay, that is his turn.